The door to the cabin opened with a loud creak. Its hinges rusted and neglected, like much of the property for the last 20 years or more. Vernon and Yolanda poked their heads through the opening. The darkness broke only when Vernon shined his mini flashlight inside. "This is incredible," he breathed. "Yeah," Yolanda agreed. "If you like dusty old cabins where a bunch of little kids used to sleep." He noted her sarcasm and opted to ignore it. "This is more than just a dusty old kid's room," he argued. "This is a piece of history. Ancient." She stared at the dust and cobwebs everywhere, just as all the rest of the rickety buildings on the property had contained. And just like those, she seemed disinclined to enter. He couldn't blame her. 2 decades of dirt tended to make things stuffy and unpleasant. He hadn't even gone into more than the first cabin himself, but he was determined to explore them all. It didn't help that it was close to midnight either. With the history this place had, he was more than 50% certain that Yolanda probably expected there to be literal ghosts. He had already seen a few figurative ones here. "One more to go," he said as he closed the door. The pair walked toward the largest building on the property, which Vernon knew held the main administrative office. That was a building that he would eventually examine in its entirety. For tonight, a quick look around would have to do. Yolanda was about to leap out of her skin. He could hear the tension in her voice as she complained. Like the rest of them, this door was locked. The master key he had been given rectified that. It was heavier and stuck a little, but a good shoulder shove convinced the door to let them in. The hinges shrieked in protest, and Yolanda froze for a moment. Vernon smirked. It had sounded almost demonic, warning them to stay out if they knew what was good for them. She had seen all the same slasher movies he had, which was what made this place perfect. His light entered seconds before he did, casting everything it touched in a creepy glow. He drank in every ghostly inch of it. "There's going to be a lot of work to do," he mused. "Can we go?" Yolanda whined for what felt like the 1,000th time. "I'm cold and it's so freaking dirty here." "Just another couple minutes, okay? I want to look around a little bit." "Why can't it wait until tomorrow? You'll see a hell of a lot more in daylight." She was right, but seeing clearly wasn't the point just now. It was to see this place like this, at night. Yolanda was never going to understand. There was no way she could. Even though she had seen all those movies, she didn't appreciate them the way he did. She didn't love them. She'd already told him that she sure as hell didn't want to live them. He did. 3 long desks adorned the room, one parallel to the wall the door was set in, the other 2 perpendicular on either end. The chair of the one directly in front of them was situated such that this would have been the person to greet someone coming into the office. The other 2 chairs were wall-side, so the workers would be facing each other, slightly behind the greeter. The space behind the greeter desk was void of anything. This place was perfect. Vernon wanted to stay another 3 hours, exploring every drawer, every folder on the desks, the glass-encased bulletin board on the left side, the rotten corkboard to the right. No way in hell Yolanda would let that happen. "All right," he conceded with one last sweep of the flashlight. "I guess I've seen what I need to. I'll come back tomorrow without you." He closed and relocked the door, and when he turned to lead them back to the car, the beam of his light caught something that was not the grass that should have been behind him. It was a man in dirty gray overalls and work gloves, dark boots, and no face. Or to be more accurate, wearing a featureless mask. Most importantly, the knife held aloft in one hand gleamed in the night. Yolanda screamed. The man with the knife laughed,